Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm talking about why I think Luka Doncic should legitimately be in a lot bigger of a MVP discussion. So now, obviously, he's not going to win the MVP this season, but this is more of a video saying why I think he does very much have a case to be in the MVP discussion and maybe even chance of winning it if, you know, circumstances were different and, like, LeBron wasn't having as good of a year as well. Because, I mean, obviously, if LeBron's having maybe even a little bit less of a good year than Luka, they're still going to give it to LeBron James because, well, yeah, you know, LeBron's just going to get the MVP over Luka Doncic no matter what happens. And I mean, also, other factors I'm getting into in this video as well. But yeah, but before I do get in this video, I do want to say, if you didn't see my last video, which probably you didn't because YouTube was completely tripping over it, like, the first time I uploaded it, for some reason the monetization was off, and I wasn't upset with that because I wasn't getting paid, so to say, but like I was upset because if your monetization's off, YouTube does not push the video nearly as much as it does when it is on. So I mean, the video was already not getting pushed out, and then I changed that, and then for some reason the video was privated for a few hours, so the video views just and everything just completely got screwed up. So yeah, if you do want to see the video, it was about, I think, the top 5 young players that could go to the Hall of Fame. If you're interested in that, go look at that. That was my latest video. Yeah, if you do like the video, 8-point hit like button and the subscribe button. And without further ado, without running on too much, just get right into this video. Alright, so for my first reason for this video is going to be that he is doing this at the age that he is. Now, I know a lot of people will say age cannot be a reason for someone to MVP. Well, you can't say that because one of the biggest arguments for LeBron winning MVP is that the fact that he is doing this in, what, year 18 of his career, he's still putting up these ginormous numbers and is most likely the best player in the league still. So, I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons that LeBron is still in the MVP discussion, because he's doing what he's doing at the age that he is. So it's equally as impressive for Luka Doncic to be doing this at only 21 years old. At only 21 years old, in his second year in the NBA, he is averaging 28.7 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, and 8.7 assists per game. This means he is pretty much 2 points away, really only 1 point per game away, 1 rebound per game, and 2 assists per game from averaging a 30-point triple-double in his second season of his NBA career. If you don't know how ridiculous that is, you're just not watching Luka. Like, that is an unbelievable stat line, and I mean, for sure, if LeBron's putting up that stat line, he is winning the MVP 10 times out of 10, no matter what. So I think for Luka Doncic to be putting up these numbers, those are most definitely MVP-like numbers. And to make it even more impressive, that is the 5th most points per game from any guards in the entire league, the most rebounds per game out of any guards, and the 3rd most assists per game among all guards as well. So I mean, he ranks among the elite of the elite in point guards and shooting guards in the entire league in every major statistical category. He's putting up an unbelievably good stat line, and he's only showing pretty much one real weakness in his entire game, which is his free throw line, which kind of sounds like someone you may know. Hint, hint, he's kind of popular. I don't know if you're LeBron James. Like, I mean, Luka is one of the best players in the league already, and it's only his second year in the league, and he's 21. So I think him doing that at this young of an age is equally impressive as LeBron James doing what he's doing at an older age. Like, what is he now, like 34? I don't know how old LeBron is. LeBron's pretty old, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how old he is. Comment below how old LeBron is. I don't know, but I know he's old. I know he's in year 18. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just saying age-wise, I think it's equally impressive that LeBron's doing it at the age he is, and Luka Doncic is doing it at the age he is, even though it's on 2 completely opposite sides of the spectrum, you know, due to their age. And now my second reason is going to be that, I mean, he turned the Dallas Mavericks into a playoff team. So there's a lot of good players in this league, but their teams don't win. Like, take Trae Young, for example. He puts up ridiculous stat lines night in, night out, but his team is one of the worst in the NBA. I mean, Anthony Davis, when he was on the Pelicans, he was one of the best players in the entire league, one of the best defensive players, but the Pelicans made the playoffs 2 times when he was with them. Well, Luka Doncic I mean, if you go back and look, the year before they drafted Luka, they went 24-58. And then the year that they did draft Luka Doncic, in his rookie year, he improved them by 9 games. And now, in just this year, they're currently 40-29, which is already an improvement from last year by 7 games, and they still have a few games to go when the NBA got postponed or canceled. So, I mean, they were going to be a much improved team just from 2 years ago before they got Luka. And now, yes, some of the success is from Kristaps, but Kristaps Porzingis started off at a very slow pace in the beginning of the season. Now, yes, he was still a very solid player, but he was nowhere near the superstar level player we saw when he was at the Knicks, because obviously he's still recovering from his injury and everything. So Luka Doncic is by far the main reason that this team is as good as they are. Because yes, they have good role players like Seth Curry and all of them. So I mean, yes, they're a pretty well-built team, but I mean, let's be honest here. I don't think you can argue if the Mavericks did not have Luka Doncic, they would not even be close to a playoff team and would not even sniff the playoffs. So Luka Doncic is most definitely the most valuable player on his team. And the reason this is so important, because I mean, LeBron James, yes, he is important to the team, but Anthony Davis is equally as important. Like, we saw what happened last year. LeBron James, with a pretty young team in the Lakers, although he did hurt his groin, didn't make the playoffs. So LeBron needed Anthony Davis equally as much as Anthony Davis needed LeBron James to become a finals contender. Same with the Clippers. Kawhi, well, this is a little bit different because Kawhi brought the Raptors to the NBA Finals, but Paul George needed Kawhi. But let's be honest, if Kawhi just went to the Clippers and Paul George didn't come, he's not beating the Lakers. So they equally need each other as well. And I mean, you could replace Paul George with anyone. You could replace Anthony Davis with another superstar to put aside LeBron, and the teams would be equally as successful. But name a player that, like Luka Doncic, that's this young, that you can replace. Like, if you place Trae Young, who was originally drafted to the Mavericks, if you replace Trae Young, like Luka with Trae Young, the Mavericks aren't anywhere near the playoffs right now. I don't care if they have Kristaps or not. Like, Luka is just a completely different animal. No disrespect to Trae Young. He's a great player, great offensive piece. But Luka Doncic is just a different animal. Like, he's shown Hall of Fame potential and MVP potential in only his second year, which is absolutely ridiculous. And for these reasons, I think that's just, like, a huge case for him to be MVP. He is so young at this age to be putting up the numbers he are and dominating the league like he is at this age. That is almost unheard of. He turned the Mavs into a playoff team pretty much by himself. The second he came, the team got successful. That's not a coincidence. Luka Doncic has just been hooping since he came in the league, and that's why the Mavericks are as good as they are right now. They wouldn't even be close to a playoff team. They were a bum team before Luka, and if they didn't have Luka right now, they would most likely still be a bum team. Let's be honest. And then also, my third thing is, like, they actually need Luka Doncic. Like, a lot of teams, they have, like, Kemba Walker on the Celtics. Like, he's a luxury to have, but they don't need Kemba to be successful. Like, there's a lot of all-star level players, like, yeah, they're nice to have, but, like, you don't absolutely need them to be successful. The Mavericks need Luka Doncic on that team to be successful. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, like, trying to, like, understand what I'm saying. So yeah, that's why I think Luka Doncic should be in the MVP discussion. But I want to hear what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you think Luka should be in the MVP discussion? Do you think someone else is underrated in the MVP discussion? Who do you think is going to win the MVP? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you did like the video, point hit the like button and subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Y'all been showing so much support on the channel lately, and I just cannot thank y'all enough. Y'all have absolutely blessed my life, and I can't wait to keep on turning out content as much as I can possibly can. So yeah, hope you have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah.